Alright guys, welcome back. Saved you guys a little bit of time. Just went ahead and emptied my inventory out of all the junk, and let's go ahead and start this episode with a level up. Alright, so does putting points into this lower its cooldown? It does not. That makes me really sad, because I like this skill a whole bunch. It's pretty good. Gonna keep putting points in that, just because that's the gradual level up. It would take a long time if you didn't put some points in at every level. What was this again? Oh yeah, that was the sudden heal, which definitely seems worth getting. Just a free heal every 10 seconds. That's pretty good. Let's put a point in that. And then I don't really want to put that many points into these blades if their cooldown doesn't go down, because, like, I don't know, it's a good skill, but every 3 seconds it seems a little weak to me. So let's see then. What else? Okay, hold on. While I'm thinking about it, putting that passive down there, we'll turn it on when I get out of this menu. Okay. I think I'm gonna, even though it's boring, I'm gonna keep putting some points into this, just because it's a solid damage bonus, and I like damage. This could be used too, and it's a little bit less boring, but for now, I'm gonna put the point into that. Okay. Alrighty then. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, and we have our skill point bonus to use. We're still just below the 80 we need. Alright, that one takes 86, but we're just below the 80 we need to use that. But even with that, I'm still gonna go ahead and put this point into cunning. Because next level, our level passive, that gives us physique and cunning every level. So it's like, we'll get there without too long. And physique, cunning, if you look here, I mean, gives us a lot more damage. So, yeah, fuck it, that's good. I like that. Alright, and then this guy, I'm not gonna voice act him. Basically, he's just mad and he wants me to kill stuff. I'm just gonna save you guys some time there. It's just like a bounty quest. It's not really important. They killed his wife, I think, is why he's like mad, and he's gonna give us some money if we go kill dudes for him.
Welcome to my workshop. I saw you fighting the dead out in Lower Crossing, and I dare say you are absolutely brilliant. Evidently, cutting you off that noose was the best decision the captain made that day. Where are my manners? I'm Kasparov, scientist and inventor. What brings you to my humble shop?
The captain said you wanted to speak with me?
Rift gates, yes. The ethereals use them to get around. I was working on a way to close them, but then you stumbled through ours. We have never seen a human, possessed or otherwise, pass through one before. Not a living one, anyway. It was then that I realized that we could put these portals to use. There's something about you that is attuned to the Rift gates, and I intend to replicate it.
Wait, what?
You don't remember anything, do you? I may have taken some liberties while you were out cold. It was just a few tests, a blood sample or two. Nothing major. The results were curious. It appears that your body is still teeming with residual aether energies. Don't worry, you won't be growing any new limbs, probably. But I'm going on tangents here. I believe that with a correctly tuned pulse of aether energy, we can replicate this phenomenon in a controlled manner, as in without the need for pesky possession. I've been working on just the device to do it, but it needs power. For that, I require aether crystal fragments.
Yeah, you remember when I said we needed those guys? Aether crystals? Like these?
Excellent. These will do perfectly. I'll just place them into the device here and... Oh my, that's not right. Not at all. That pulse, it wasn't supposed to go off. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3. Yes, my fingers are still intact. Did it reach you too? How do you feel?
I feel stronger.
Very good. I'm sure a little more aether in your system won't do you the slightest harm. Okay, maybe it was a lot more. But you look fine. Fitter than ever. A real shame about the prototype, though. Showed such promise. Perhaps if I had more fragments.
Just want to let you guys know, I do not agree with what my character thinks here. Fucking pump me with more of that shit. I want to get stronger, but, I think we're done here.
We've been so preoccupied with this this risky business that I completely forgot about my apprentice, Darlet. I sent her out to the Burwich estates to fetch parts for our research, and she's been gone entirely too long. Seems her ineptitude carries beyond just the workstation.
You lost your apprentice?
I have to say, I do feel a little responsible for her now that she is my apprentice. Could you please go out there and find that hopeless girl?
Yeah, keep an eye out. Alright, so because we got all those crystal fragments, there's like one of the main 2 quests we need to do done. The other one is what we need that scrap for that I was talking about earlier, but I don't think we have quite enough of that yet. But yeah, it's Barnabas. Love this guy.
He must have done quite a service with the dead if he's got hands to spare for old Barnabas. Let's get to business, yeah? Our wind pump's broken down again, and we're running low on water. We're all out of parts, so I can't fix her up. Can always melt down what weapons we have, but I'm not too fond of being fired in my sleep. I'll need scrap from Lower Crossing.
We're gonna find it.
Search the ruined houses and the old dumping grounds on the far side of Lower Crossing, past the burial hill. Smash some junk. Search the bodies of those things roaming around out there. Where you get it isn't that important to me, just that you get it soon. We're running out of drinking water. Nothing to be said about ever taking a bath again.
Yeah, get the scrap you need. Alright, so we have 2 out of 5. And someone, I think, gives us some more. It might have been this guy, or it was that guy we rescued. I forget which one, but someone gives us some. Ducati said you were good to go. Do not start any trouble, thank you. Now we have access to this... to the town proper, which isn't really much better. But here's that guy we rescued. Well, I'll be damned. You really came through for me. That rift took me back to Devil's Crossing, just as you promised. You're welcome. I'd like to thank you. Here, you can take everything I've found out there. It's not much, but maybe you can make some use of it. Yeah, thanks. Some iron, some Devil Crossing wrap, and a scrap. Alright, I was right. Again, I think the green means they have stuff to say, but I feel like I'm already sort of wasting your guys' time with some stuff that's not important. So we're not going to do, like, quite all the lore, but... I'm sorry to bother you, but if you're headed out towards Whitemire, could you keep an eye out for my brother? Who's he? His name is Milton. Milton Hart. He was a soldier in the Imperial Army. When we fled Burwich, he volunteered to cover our escape. He always had a penchant for heroics. But it has been weeks and we have not heard from him. I dread to think he may have become one of the dead. He always wore an amulet I gave him years ago to keep him safe. Now I fear it may be preserving him in undeath. I wish nothing but for my brother to be allowed to rest in peace. Will you do this for me? We last saw each other at the Sodden Hollow in Whitemire, so I'm afraid he's still out there. I'll do what must be done. Yeah, I do apologize, guys, but there is kind of a lot in this town, so this entire episode might end up being, like, lore and quests. And half of these quests we do not do for quite a while, so it does kind of suck that it front-loads them like this, but still, they're important, and we gotta get them. I actually remember what these ladies said, so I'll summarize. She doesn't trust you for being a Riftgate. This kid's cool. This kid's like, this lady said I shouldn't talk to you, so he doesn't. That's their story. Summarized. Excuse me. This is the witch lady that rescued us in that opening cutscene.
Greetings, child. I am pleased to see that the taint of possession has left you. Should you require it, I offer spiritual guidance to the survivors. I will gladly extend this service to you.
I'm pretty sure this just leads you down a tree that's like, yeah, I know how to save you because I'm a witch. That's like all it really does. But this is important. Spiritual guidance?
Troubled memories can cloud the mind and torment the spirit. With my guidance, you can move past these painful thoughts and begin anew.
Oh, thank you. I very much appreciate that. Alright, 100 XP, and she's like the skill reset character. But right now I don't want to do that.
Farewell.
But thanks for reminding me that doing the quest for the scientist guy gave me a point to spend. And let's see. I think so that we can use those other weapons, I'm just going to go ahead and be boring again and put it in the passive. And it's not like the passive is the thing that gets us new skills, so it's not like boring forever. But yeah, for now it's a little bit boring. It's just a gradual like you get better thing. All right, let's read this lore note really quick, and then we'll go through the devotion stuff, and I'll probably cut this episode there with no action in it whatsoever, but from here on out, it should be a lot of action, I think, because we have, like, every quest we need, give me a sec. Like, we have every quest we need, I think, up through, like, here. So, like, we go all the way up before we, like, do this again. Other than this, it's just, like, the occasional quest. So, okay, let's read this note. Crudely scrawled note. Now, I ain't a decent man, and I sure ain't good at writing, but the world needs to get out about what this place really is. This prison, it ain't like no joint I've ever been in, and I've seen my double share. Men don't stay here long, neither, and some of the lads they haul in, they ain't criminals. I know. Moment I see a man, I can tell by his eyes that he done wrong. These boys, I see fear. I see this warden a couple times, big man in black armor. If you ain't no better, you would think he was on the wrong side of the bars. Every day, he and his lackeys take prisoner out to this hut in the yard by the dozen. They ain't never come out. Later, a wagon rolls in by the hut. It always leaves full. They don't let us out ourselves no more, but I can tell there ain't much left of us. The halls are quiet. I'm the last man in my row. The others, they was taken in yesterday's batch. I ain't asking for pity. I know my end's in that hut. But perhaps this note will be my one good deed in my pathetic life. Shit, I actually didn't read that one last time. That's pretty dark. Alright, so that's like, we got reason to like not trust this warden now. The Captain Barnabas out here. Fuck this guy. Fucking piece of shit.
I'm still waiting for one of my scouts to report in.
Man, fuck you. I just read you were a bad person. Shut up. I just read you were a bad person from a source that I know nothing about. Fuck you. Alright. Okay. Just ignore him. He's bad. Alright, anyway. Okay. So, this is like... Yeah, I've never actually looked... Oh my fucking god. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. Okay. So anyway, everyone... I don't even know... Okay. Every one of those, like, shrines you cleanse, like we did in that last dungeon, that gets you a point for this tree. And... it gets you, you know, different things. Like, you start off with a point in the star, and then that unlocks other stuff, I guess. This purple one looks like the Nightblade one, and that's what I intend to focus on pretty much entirely, so maybe we'll go with that one. Let's, like, read these over here, since this episode's gonna be all reading anyway. The quantity of ascendant affinity you have harnessed. Ascendant beings have risen to godlike status through immense feats or reverence from their lessers. Okay. The quantity of chaos affinity you have harnessed. Chaos beings crave entropy and destruction above all else. Okay. Excuse me. Eldritch. The quantity of eldritch affinity you have harnessed. Eldritch beings represent the wild forces of magic and the metaphysical realms beyond the veil. Order, the quantity of order affinity you have harnessed. Beings of order cherish harmony and balance in all things. And primordial, the quantity of primordial affinity you have harnessed. Primordial beings embody the powers of creation, life, death, and reality itself. Alright, so I don't exactly know what any of this means, but yeah. I think we want to go for Ascendant, just because, like, literally the only reason I'm doing that is because this and this look very Nightbladey. So, yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing this. Like, honestly, Chaos sounds fun. Like, that's probably what I'd go for, but I don't want to go read, like, everything that's fucking Chaos. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go for the one that immediately looks Nightbladey. Eldritch could be fun, too, but nah, let's just go for the for that, because, like, the first thing gets you different stuff, too, and offensive ability is the one that we'd want to go for. Health, defensive, health. Yeah, let's get that. Why can't... Okay, so, hold on. Oh, you can zoom out. So I guess, do we have to, like, go around to get over there or something? Why can't I put points over here? I don't have a point now anyway, but the rest of them... Oh. Great. They take fucking light affinity too. Well, I guess that means we're going for light and order? Night blades are ascendant and order. Okay, that's weird, but whatever. Alright. Well, that's the devotion tree. I don't understand it that much, so, yeah, don't worry about it if you don't either. And, yeah, I'm sorry that this episode was, like, no action, but it really does just front-load you here with a bunch of bullshit. We should not have to do this again for a very long time. But we got a better weapon, at least. That's good, right, guys? Action. Alright. Well, yeah. It's a little short and no action, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here so that starting next episode, it can just be all action for a little while. So, bye-bye, guys. Have a good time till I see you again.